Let me guess. You've been told you need more motivation, or you simply feel like you need more motivation. You need a new vision board. You need to listen to a podcast, a sticky note that screams, "You've got this," sitting on your desk. But here's the truth, you don't need an inspirational quote to pee when you have to, do you? You just do it. You don't need anybody to cheer you on to be scrolling through social media. You just do it. No hype song, no inspirational quote. So, why do we think we need motivation to do everything else? You don't need motivation to brush your teeth. You don't need motivation to pay your bills. Well, maybe a little bit. You don't need motivation to lock your front door, to take a shower, to cook and eat meals. You're already consistent with these things. You just don't recognize it because those habits don't come with drama and they're part of your subconscious programming. So 95% of our actions and our thoughts every day actually come from our subconscious. We're not thinking about doing them. So if you can already be consistent in those habits, why do you think you have a lack of motivation? What if your issue isn't lack of motivation, but a lack of automation? It's time to stop worshiping that word motivation and start building systems that work even when you don't feel like it, because that's what motivation is, right? And there's a lot of science about this, about motivation and habits and which happens first. So, dopamine, for example, doesn't just spike when you get something, it spikes in anticipation of getting that thing. Meaning, when your brain knows what to expect, it's more likely to engage. So, if you have a routine, you have that predictability, your brain starts functioning, it starts engaging. The other thing to keep in mind is motivation is actually emotion driven. It is a feeling. Feelings are fleeting. So if you wait for motivation, you're giving your feelings full control of your life. The other thing to keep in mind is habits will always be stronger than willpower. Again, going back to that 95% of your actions and your thoughts being in your subconscious brain, that's a lot. Which means you don't get better by trying hard. You get better, you rise by building your habits out in a smarter way and creating that automation instead of the motivation to keep doing them. One thing I know from speaking with my clients, women who are over 40, who have spent most of their life caring for other people, their energy is already limited. So waiting for motivation is like waiting for a permission slip to prioritize yourself. And guess what? No one is going to hand you a permission slip to prioritize you because they want you prioritizing them. So the secret to starting to create this action, this momentum, is to create micro movements that actually become identity shifts. So, for example, instead of thinking, I need motivation to work out, I'm the kind of woman that moves her body every day. You guys might not believe this, but for me, I don't need motivation to work out. It is literally part of my day just as much as brushing my teeth is. Why? Because I am a woman who moves her body every day. I believe a body in motion stays in motion. It's how I keep my energy up. It's how I keep doing all the things. Another one that might come up, I should journal more. Instead of I should journal more, and then you don't do it, I start my mornings grounded and clear. I don't even think about journaling anymore. Again, non-negotiable. I do it just because it's part of my morning. Now, I do try and really get into the feels when I'm doing the journaling, but the act of pulling out my journal and a fun colored pen is very automated at this point. Instead of that story of I just need to get back on track, I'm someone who shows up even imperfectly. And really, like, what is perfect anyway? Have you ever had the really, truly perfect day? So just showing up every day, taking that imperfect action, that's going to keep you moving in the right direction. So again, these identity-based habits, when you are the person who does the things, you're going to be more likely to continue to do them. Instead of like giving yourself a command of you need to be doing this, you need to be this. No, I am a person who does X, Y, and Z. And of course, if you've ever read Atomic Habits by James Clear, you know that one thing to do is to anchor your habit or chain link your habit to something you already do. Do you drink coffee every morning? Probably an automation, right? You drink coffee every morning. So when I drink my coffee, I'm going to write my gratitude for the day. I'm going to journal. Or before I drink my coffee, I am going to work out, or I'm going to drink a full glass of water, whatever it is. Keep it silly simple. SS. Silly simple. Motivation dies when the bar is too high. Momentum lives when the bar is reachable and we start creating these micro habits. So for example, maybe you want to become a person who gets outside and walks every day. Maybe the first day you walk 5 minutes. Just get outside. Just take that action. And that's going to have to be in that 5%, that little piece, right? At first, it's not automated. But when you start getting outside every day and walking, even if it is just 5 minutes, even if it's just to the end of the block, guess what? You do. You become a person who is out there doing the thing. And when you start doing the thing, you start creating the momentum, and that momentum is reachable because you're doing these micro habits that can grow into bigger habits. Another really, really important thing is to celebrate. Celebrate, 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 celebrate. Let your body know that you mean business, right? This small act of whatever you did, it means something. It's important. It is worthy of being celebrated because it is, even if it was writing down one gratitude. You did it. You don't need a full-on morning routine. You just need that one moment of making a choice. Now, I want to bust some myths for you. You're not lazy. You are exhausted from starting over. You're not unmotivated. You're overwhelmed by the pressure to continually be perfect. You're not behind. You're just missing a system that works with your life, not against it. And I'm here to tell you that my system works in my life. It probably would not work in anybody else's life. And I would never even suggest you try. So the next time you think you need motivation, I want you to ask yourself, do I wait for inspiration to pee? This is your permission to stop waiting and start building something that works on autopilot. Don't worry about motivation, work on automation. Even when life is messy, even when you're not feeling it, this is the way. And if this spoke to you, if this hit you, subscribe for more honest, science-backed mindset shifts that actually work for high-achieving people, and specifically high-achieving women over 40 who are done with starting over. And if you want some help creating a simple, doable system that sticks, check out the link in the caption for my 15 productivity secrets. They are life altering. There is also a self-worth reboot that will really help you get back on track. The other thing is, if you want to jump on a call with me, it's completely free, no strings attached. The link is down in the show notes. Just click on that link. Let's chat. Let's start reprogramming your mind to be the person who does the things that you want to do. Until next time.